It's our first time at the Atlantic.
We are right now in a town called Benguela.
We actually got here on a night bus from Luanda and we reached here yesterday morning. But while looking for a hotel room, we got pretty tired because we had to walk around quite a bit. We didn't really have much of a reference off the internet, but we eventually found a hotel just off of the beach. So we are literally about 100 meters away from the water, and it was really cool that we found this place, and it also fits in our budget. But Shish has been really tired and in a lot of pain with her eyes since she wore the lens overnight while traveling on the bus, and now the eye has actually gotten a bit more red. We don't really know what to do, but we had some eye drops that Nandana in Rwanda gave us, so she's been using that.
Let's get it better.
Yeah, so we just took the day off to just stay indoors. Shish put on drops multiple times a day and just slept right through it. And because we barely got any sleep while on the bus, this is also a good way to catch up on some sleep. We've been traveling overnight quite a few times now in Angola. And
yesterday we found the room at around 8 o'clock in the morning, but they would allow us to check in only at 12. So we were just sitting in the waiting area and dozing off till 12 o'clock.
Yeah, so it was very, very comfortable to get a bed. And this bed is so nice. It's super.
Had air conditioning also in this room.
Yeah, and we just took some time to just rest, and sometime in the afternoon we just went out for a quick meal. But we already got a first impression of what Benguela looks like. It's really so beautiful. This is the main boulevard, which is by the sea. So you have the Atlantic Ocean on one side, and then you have all these colorful buildings on the other side. So we really like how Benguela is a small town, but it's just so vibrant. It's so busy. It feels so much like Goa for us. Yeah.
The roads here are so wide, and even the footpaths are wider. There's like literally 2 cars can pass on a footpath. It's that wide.
Yeah, so it's really enjoyable to walk around. And last evening it was actually quite interesting. While Shish was still in the room, I just went out to get some dinner for us, and then I walked around in this area. It was a Sunday, so they had this whole party scene going on. I don't know if today, Monday, will also be just as busy, but there was so much music, so many people. It was super lively and super fun. So I guess Benguela is a place where a lot of Angolans come just to hang out, and it's not just it's not just African people. We did see a lot of Portuguese folks also who live here, and it's pretty multicultural in that sense. So what's our plan today, Shish?
We have no plans. We're just going to walk around, and I'm sure we have to find something to eat. They did serve us breakfast as well at the hotel, but it did not fill our stomach quite well.
Yeah, it was just egg and bread, so we didn't really enjoy it so much. Maybe today later we try to find some Portuguese or traditional Angolan food. But Benguela is a very small town again, so we're not really sure what more there is to see. On Google Maps there were just a couple of places of interest. One of them was a church, the others were just areas with old buildings on it. This one looks pretty cool. Look at that. One of the most popular points of interest here is called the Point of Somero.
Isn't that the one we see right there?
Yeah. So this Somero Point is actually a natural attraction. It overlooks the Benguelan coastline, but it's actually located a bit outside the city. I don't think we'll be able to get there right now, but the most impressive part is what shape it looks like.
It looks like an actual sombrero, which is put on top of the water.
Yeah, it's super hilarious. And behind us there's this pretty cool looking monument, but we don't know what exactly it is though. The thing is, most of these monuments, they don't really have much of signage around them, so we don't really know what they are.
But how we can identify them is like they're painted really nice colors, like light pink, light blue, and then the windows are always painted in white.
Yeah. It's actually very hot today, but it's still quite windy, so the Atlantic breeze is quite nice. And again, it's our first time at the Atlantic.
That's so cool. It must have taken them a really long time to do this.
That guy has abs in the shape of a globe.
Did you see the guy's hair? It reminds me of the Egyptian pharaohs.
On Google Maps, we found that there's this church not too far from where we are right now, and it's a very iconic one apparently here. So we just thought we'd walk there and explore the place a bit. And while walking there, we figured we owe you a couple of updates on what's been happening behind the scenes.
So one good news and another bad news. A couple of days back, our Namibia visa finally got approved, and they have given us the visa for the month of November.
Yeah.
And the bad news is we're at the end of October now, and we have to rush through Angola in order to enter Namibia within the visa validity time.
And today is already October 28th, which makes it very, very difficult. I mean, we could still enter Namibia a bit later, but we also want to maximize our time over there.
We are trying to see as much as possible, but I really wanted to see the Kalandula waterfalls here in Angola, but that would mean an additional 4 days in our journey.
Yeah, so clearly that fell off the plan, and we're really starting to like the coastal side, but we don't know how much more time we can spend here. So I guess the most amount of time we can still spend in Angola is another few days before we start making our way towards the border.
I'm super excited to visit Namibia because I heard it's one of the most beautiful countries in southern Africa.
But we haven't really made any plans because we were so not sure of getting this visa. Now that we have the visa, everything is like, oh, last minute we have to start planning. So anyway, Angola is still so beautiful. I hope someday we can actually come back here and explore more, because there's just so much to see. It's such a big country, and we haven't even gone up north.
Yeah.
We're just heading further south. So I think we're now almost at the church. In other news, a couple of people left comments asking me about where this t-shirt has been. They haven't seen it in a while, and how I got this t-shirt.
Okay.
So I thought we mentioned this while in Malawi, but you remember this very nice Indian family we met in Kata Bay. It's in our Kata Bay vlog. So these guys actually hosted us for lunch and dinner on a couple of days, and they even gave us a gift of 2 clothes. So I got this t-shirt, and then Shish got something else. So I really liked how there's a crocodile on it. I think it suits Africa so much because we've been finding so many crocodile infested areas along our journey. And the coolest part is it's got all of these really funky colors, and all of these colors also represent Africa so beautifully, like blue, orange, red, yellow. So I figured it makes so much sense to put it on. That's a pretty cool looking church. It basically looks like a big hut, and that's what drew us here. Inside it's a modern church. I think most of Angolans, about 92% of them are Christians. I think mostly Catholic. One interesting observation we had was that we haven't quite heard any mosques, which is, I mean, after traveling through East and other countries of Southern Africa, we expected this would also be similar, but I think Islam is a very small minority here, like probably less than 1%, and then there are other tribal religions which only exist outside in the deserts. So we haven't had a chance to see them yet, but hopefully at some point we will. But yeah,
this church looks so cool. It's like a big hut, and then even there's some small birds living inside the church. They're just flying around near the roof, and then on the front you see a beautiful big glass painted colorfully.
So what's our plan now, Shish?
we're thinking of just packing our bags and checking out of our room so that we can catch the night bus to Lubango. This was like all of a sudden plan we made just instantly.
We're actually thinking about staying here 2 nights, but then we realized there's not that much to see here in the city. And
if we take the night bus, we can still watch the sunset and spend the entire day here. So,
and then if we get to Lubango, we've heard that there's a lot to do both inside and outside the city, and it's a very beautiful place. So maybe we will probably do that. We haven't had lunch yet, so first we'll go back, pack our bags then.
Because 12 o'clock is the checkout time and we want to leave before that so that we don't have to pay for another night.
It's already 11:15 and we're still about an hour away from the room, so hopefully we can make it back and
or we can take a two-wheeler to the room. It'll be faster.
Okay, let's see. Back to the room. No power.
There's no power right now, but this was our room. We had a double bed and a private bathroom and even a fridge where we could keep our cold water and snacks. They even have a TV, but we didn't use it. This was quite good actually. I'm gonna miss it.
It's too bad we can't show you with the lights on.
Let's pack up.
It was so nice to have a fancy shower. Okay, ready. Hey, no. That's one.
It's lunchtime. So we have come to this restaurant here. It's an Eritrean restaurant. And I think Navneet is already sitting inside.
We're now waiting for our meal. Eritrean food apparently has some similarities with Ethiopian food. That's a big meal.
Okay. So we've got this very big pancake. I think this is made with rice flour because it's so soft and it looks so similar to our Indian dosa. And they've given 3 different kinds of paste. This one is from lentils, this one is from mung beans, and this one is made with potato and I think a little bit of tamarind because it has a very tangy taste. And this is shallow fried veggies. We've got some salad which looks so nice and tempting, and we've got some leafy vegetables.
See, the Pepsi bottle looks so unique here.
This entire thing is vegetarian and it was just one item on the menu. We didn't even have to ask them like, will this be vegetarian or remove this or remove that. This is as it is. And it's quite big. It's sufficient for 2 people at least. It's very nice. It tastes exactly like Indian food, I can say. I didn't expect it to be like this.
Are you now curious to visit Eritrea?
Of course I am. And I know that there won't be trouble for food there. And they've also given us some bread or pav as they call it on the side.
It's exactly like dosa. I like it. It's really nice. It's now around 6 p.m. and we're off to the beach.
It's sunset time!
So the beach is only about 100 meters down from where we're staying, and this beach is actually about 1 kilometer long, so it's really big. And there's also a police station right here at the edge, so Our host at the hotel also told us it's quite safe here, there's nothing to worry in general, and that there are some shops here that we could buy food at and maybe some souvenirs too. So our plan is to just hang around here, watch the sunset for a while,
Maybe get a souvenir or two,
and then
find something to eat,
And-
if possible. And then we have a night bus to catch. It's at 10 o'clock in the night and it will
Yeah.
take us to Lubango. So we have to kill time for another 4 hours.
we put our bags right there in the office of the hotel, so we can go pick it up a little later. Oh, by the way, this is what an ATM looks like here in Angola. You can't really run Visa or Mastercards. It's just these cards which are called multi-casha. It's like a local Angolan card. So not all places accept Visa or Mastercard.
Now we're on the beach.
One more time. It's our first time seeing the Atlantic, and also the first time we're gonna touch a cold ocean body. Okay, let's do this. We're wearing shoes, so we can't really get into the water, and we're so fully packed too. So let's just do with the hands.
It's cold!
What?
It's cold!
How did you feel?
I touched the Atlantic Ocean.
So now you've touched the Indian Ocean.
The
Yeah.
Atlantic Ocean, the Caspian Sea, the Red Sea, the Dead Sea, the Black Sea.
No, you just have to count the oceans. So Indian Ocean,
Atlantic Ocean,
Pacific,
Pacific Ocean.
the Arctic Ocean.
Oh yeah, the Arctic Ocean. I forgot about it.
So what else do we have left? They say the seven seas, but is that the seven
But
oceans?
it's like north and south. I don't know if that also counts as two.
No, we count it as one.
By coming back to our hotel, we stopped at the supermarket to get a chocolate, and we got this big dairy milk. It's 150 grams, and it cost just $2.
I think it's the cheapest we have found this to be, so we picked up the giant bar. So now we have a snack for the bus journey tonight. So that was our 2 days in Benguela, everybody. Hope you enjoyed coming with us and seeing this part of Angola. It was actually so beautiful, but it's a bit sad we couldn't get into the water and play. The water isn't at its cleanest because of the tide and how busy the weekend was. But hopefully somewhere else on this coast we'll definitely get to play in the water. But thanks you guys for coming with us and exploring this part of Angola.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Yes. These kids are playing football with a spark plug. That's crazy.